Sadnam Namaste. Wow, the one solution, the one secret to every one of your problems, that's making a lofty claim. Yes, the answer to all of your problems is one word: commitment. Now, before you move your mouse to stop this video, because you know what? I don't want to hear another heavy Saturnian message about commitment so that I can feel bad about myself. Stick with it, and I promise you, you'll gain some clarity on what commitment really means for this Aquarian Age. The Aquarian Age is all about energy. We live in an ocean of energy, and we're becoming more and more sensitized to our own energy, the energy of others, and the energy of your own environment. And this is happening through our self-sensory system, as Yogi Bhajan told us, and also through the solar plex system. We're learning to move through this new time through the subtlety of our own higher self, and not the logical mind. So everything comes from the formless, even our language, the words we use to communicate. The human language carries with it a lot of information about our consciousness at this time. And the word commitment conjures up a lot of stories, emotions, images, and experiences for people. Right away, right, we think of the married couple who stuck it out for 40, 50, 60 years. And as a humanity, we celebrate these events. Now, commitment that carries a low frequency of energy is sticking to things, people, jobs, habits out of fear. It's sticking to things to avoid change. It's sticking to things that no longer serves your soul's evolution. Now, this isn't real commitment. Now, as an example, let's go back to this couple, right? They've been married for 50 years. So we'll look beneath the surface to the truth. So from a low frequency vantage point of commitment, ask, is this couple happy and fulfilled? Did they stay together because they were afraid to do their destiny? Was each person in the marriage given space to grow and evolve and change within the relationship? Did each person live to their highest potential? Was their marriage based on need? You know, tit for tat. You do this for me, I do that for you. Was it about keeping appearances and conditioning? Okay, let's look at it from a high frequency of commitment. When the relationship challenges got rocky, uncomfortable, did one person choose not to break the commitment? Did one person not listen to their ego that will say, run, avoid your spiritual lessons? It's that person's fault. It's not mine. Right? They chose to trust and commit to the relationship and see the rocky patch for what it was, a growth opportunity. So do you see the difference in these two frequencies? One is coming from fear and the other one is coming from love. So one's coming from the low frequency of fear and the other is coming from the high frequency of love. So everything that we see has a beginning and an end. You know, even the mountain, the majestic mountain, has encoded within its form an ending. Your body has a beginning and an ending. So too, our experiences have a beginning and an ending. And you can measure this in 7-year cycles. Even relationships, you hear about the 7-year itch. This is a time to recommit or a time to separate. So think about anything that began for you 7 years ago. You may be in a choice point right now. You're either going to recommit or you're going to let go. So the lower frequency of commitment is the archetype of the captain going down with the ship. I'm going to cling to this thing out of pride, even though I know it's dissolving and disappearing from my life. You know, you're experiencing so much loss right now because these people these jobs, these things, these experiences are no longer serving your highest potential. It doesn't mean that they were a mistake. It simply means that there's a beginning and an end to everything. So don't be the captain that goes down with the ship. Be the captain that feels the loss and grieves deeply the loss, right? And then hops on the speedboat to your next adventure. Be that kind of captain. And you know deep down what that ship is in your life, right? That's going down right now. So let it sink and just feel the loss. There's also this new agey maxim that says follow your bliss. I think Joseph Campbell might have said that. So it's important to be aware of this, right? Because it can be used as an excuse to shirk your true commitments. Right? So the mind can say, well, I'm supposed to feel happy, and this commitment does not make me happy, so I'm going to dump it. Follow your bliss doesn't mean follow your pleasure. There's a difference. Follow your bliss is about following your soul. We are evolving, and that means often pushing past our comfort zone. As anyone who practices Kundalini Yoga and meditation, you know, you can attest to this. It's a microcosm for living life. You become, through the technology, very familiar with this uncomfortable and sometimes painful feelings. But you commit, and then you transcend it for the breakthrough, the payoff, which is an expanded state of awareness. So remember that the ego and the mind like to follow pleasure, not the bliss of the soul. There's a difference. There's so much confusion to what to commit to. When you transcend victim consciousness, you'll be overwhelmed by the amount of choices available to you. You may be experiencing this already, and if not, go to KailashYogi.com and sign up for that 12-week Lighten Up program. So you're not committing to an outside structure per se. That's not where your real commitment comes from. Especially during this time, because there's so much crumbling around us. And you'll know what structures can truly serve you by your intuition. For example, the structure of sadhana, right? Daily spiritual practice. This structure can serve you to cleanse your mind and ego to see reality for what it is. However, the form may change, right? So it's about you choosing whatever discipline is aligned with you and your soul. So remember that all the power is inside you. That's what you're really committing to. Your innermost being, your soul, your higher self. It's important not to get attached to these outside forms. When this happens, you'll start to feel the energy drop. It's like a deflated balloon. So the more sensitive to energy you become, the more you will sense the ending, right, before the form actually disappears and dissolves. So it's important for you during this time to remain flexible and open through this great change. So commit to what is real and true. And that is your innermost being. Commit to that. And extend this commitment to the present moment. That means committing to be fully present with people. Committing to do the dishes 100% as you. Commit to whatever emotion you're experiencing in the moment. I'm sad. Well, dive into I'm sad 100%. Or I'm 100% happy right now. Experience grief 100%. So when you resist the present moment, you're living your life half-hearted. And that's what's causing you suffering. And this is what's causing you to postpone living your dreams. So commit to all your human experiences, whether good or bad, 100%. And as you commit in this way, something magical starts to happen. The universe opens up to serve you. Synchronicities start to happen. Meeting the right people at the perfect time. resources start to show up. Because you have come home to yourself. You have come home to your higher self. So now you can answer the door when prosperity rings the doorbell. Anyway, I hope this helps. Sadnam Namaste.